Hi guys, welcome to another Minecraft tutorial video. I know they just keep coming, don't they? Call me like three. Well, this will be the third. Okay, so this is five contraptions that you are going to be needing in your survival world of Minecraft. So with the first contraption here, we have the quickie smelter. So basically, this is just to kind of somewhat automate your furnaces so that your stuff cooks fast. So here I have the supply list. So you're going to need 6 chests, which 6 large chests, or 3 large chests, 2 furnaces, and then 6 hoppers. Pretty fair. So really, I don't even need to show you how you build this. You just 2 chests side by side. Two hoppers running into the back of them, and also make sure that they're running into the back of the chest. So shift right click onto the chest so that it's pointing into the chest. Okay, so and then make sure that these the hoppers coming out of that chest are going into that furnace, and then the hoppers on top are going down into the furnace. And I think I should probably give a small demonstration. So you put your food up on the top. Sorry for all those mob noises. Okay, so the quickie smelter. Well, I already said that. Alright, whatever. So you put your chicken into the large chest at the top. You put your coal into the chest just below the top chest. Now, it doesn't have to be chicken and it doesn't have to be coal, just whatever you want to smelt and whatever fuel that you want. So those will flow down into the furnace, like so, and then they'll cook at the same time, and then, would you look at it, we already got 4 chicken. Now, say that, this is pretty cool and all, it's decently quick. Let's say you want something fast, or something that can handle more items and do them quicker. We have this thing. So, this is called a super smelter. You've probably seen some in, some more advanced Minecraft playthroughs. Probably bigger than this. So, what you're going to need are 6 chests, pretty easy. 66 hoppers. So you're gonna want iron, basically. You're gonna need 12 furnaces, 2 comparators, 2 redstone comparators, 2 repeaters, 2 redstone torches, and 24 redstone dust. So it's pretty good, apart from the number of hoppers. That's the only bad part. So, as for this, you just put down your double chest, put a hopper running into the back, and then you put a giant chain of hoppers behind it. Then you put in the dispensers on top of each of the hoppers, except for the one above the chest. Don't put a dispenser on the one above the chest. So you should have 12 furnaces right here. And then on top of those furnaces, so kind of like in the quickie smelter, you're going to want to have the back of these hoppers facing right into the back of all of these furnaces. And then over top of those hoppers, you're going to want these hoppers to be going across into the back of this comparator. Just do the same thing on the other side. The hoppers going into the top, and the hoppers going across, coming out of this chop chest, and coming out of this chest here for the coal. And then, once you get down here, should be in line with the furnaces, you put a comparator running out of the back of these hoppers that are going across. And then that comparator should run into this block, which there's a torch on the side of this block, which powers this repeater, which powers this really long line of redstone. Just mimic the same thing on the other side. Comparator, block, torch, repeater, redstone. So how this works is, so you put in your food, and that goes along the line of hoppers. Now, the thing is, it can't go into these hoppers above the furnaces, because those hoppers are are locked by the redstone, but they continue going down the line. And when there's an item in this last hopper here, the comparator detects it, powers this block, that turns off the torch, and then that in turn turns off this repeater, which turns off all this redstone, which allows one item to fall down into the next hopper, and then that item goes into the furnaces. Same thing over here. The items come down, comparator detects it, block, torch, repeater turns off, and then all these hoppers turn off, allowing one item to go down into these hoppers, which go into the furnace for the fuel. So I think I should give a little demonstration. So instead, I'll put in 2 stacks of chicken into the top chest, and then 2 stacks of coal. So that's making its way on down the line here. That powers that, goes on down. So now we got chicken in there, and then that activates. So going through, more chicken plops down. We got coal in, we got chicken in, and, well, dang it. Some of that's left over from previous times. But as you can see, we got chicken flowing in. So, excellent super smelter. Now, I would only recommend that on, you know, if you got like a lot of stuff to smell, but it can be very handy at times. So now we are on to the mob grinder. The mob grinder is a bit more resource heavy. So the mob grinder, it's going to require at least 3 stacks of building blocks because, I mean, look at this behemoth. You don't need to do any of the redstone stuff at the top. That's just for a small, like an extremely small amount of added, that's for an extremely small amount of added efficiency. You don't need that at all. So what I did to build this up was, okay, so I put these slabs every 5 blocks, just so that y'all could see how actually big this was. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So on that 24th block up, you are going to want, okay, so this is the 24th block right here. So you are going to want to then start branching out these legs right here. Now these legs on the inside should be 8 blocks long exactly. Hold on a second. Let me grab a quick potion of night vision so that you guys can actually see what the heck I'm doing. Okay, so it should be counted out 8 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then it just stops right there. And that's where you're going to want to put your water. So you're going to need 8 water buckets, or just an infinite water source also works. You're going to need 4 hoppers, 2 chests, 4 slabs, and 2 trapdoors. Other than the blocks, that's pretty good. So then what you're going to want to do is, so just make these legs coming out, 8 blocks long each of them. And then you're going to want to build up these walls on the sides. Then after those walls are created too high, you're going to want to just fill in these platforms. Now these are going to be the spawning platforms. Pretty self-explanatory. Just put these up. They should be about 8 by 8. Yeah, they should be 8 by 8. Each of the platforms. And then make the walls. You're going to want some walls at the end of these legs as well. You don't need these signs. I just put those there. But you don't need them at all. It's just for if any water overflows, which it doesn't. I put that in before I put in the water, just as a failsafe. So you don't need the signs, as long as these are 8 long, which they should be. So then just build up the walls on the outside. They should be 3 high on the outside. And then just build a giant roof over the thing. And that's really it. And, well, that's it for the main component. But what about for the actual usage of it? Well, for that, I'm going to go into survival mode. So, I'm going to take this rather simple wooden sword. No enchants, nothing. I'm going to take, where is it? Okay, so I got some elytra here, and it's only on 10 durability, and I have mending on it. So you can probably see what I'm about to do here. So, mending, got a wooden sword, we got a whole bunch of mobs right here. Kill that witch. And would you look at that? The elytra is now full durability. It was just on 10 durability, full durability. And look at all the levels that I have as well. I also got 2 bows and a bunch of other stuff. And this is from not actually that long of grinding. Maybe like 45 minutes. The iron I didn't get from it, I don't think. I think that was just from something else. But I mean, look at all that loot. Got that music disc actually was from this. Got the gunpowder, the bones, the arrows especially. Bow, string as well from the spiders, gunpowder for creepers. The glowstone dust was actually from witches. Carrots from a zombie. Spider eyes, of course. Sticks from a witch. And then all that rotten flesh from zombies. So, and I guess the sugar was also from the witch. So, yeah, that's from not too long of grinding. So you just put in the chest. You don't need to have the hoppers going that far down. I just felt like it. But you can have one of these hoppers running into the back of the chest and then put the chest a bit higher up. And look, there are even more mobs spawning. And the random tick speed isn't like jacked up so that they would spawn more. But look, just a swipe of the sword. I was at level about 37.5. Now I'm 39. So that's 1.5 levels just from talking to you guys. So, as you can see, look, I got all these bows as well. Now these bows, I didn't get the enchanted. I enchanted them, but these bows are all from bows that had less durability, and I combined them to make better bows. The sword and the pickaxe aren't from that. But as you guys can see, that's pretty darn good. Drops. Put away that elytra. So, I'm definitely going to be putting one of these in my realm server pretty soon. So, alright. So now let's move on to my little micro farm right here. Pretty simple. All that you need is 3 dispensers, a lot of bone meal, 1 observer, 4 redstone dust, 1 water, and 1 farmland. That's actually it. So this is actually pretty simple. So what you want to do is you just... Oh, that's bone meal. So what you want to do is you just want to put down some water, put down your soil, hoe it, I guess you could say. Just hoe it so that it's farmland, and that'll hydrate from the water. And then just put 3 dispensers looking at it from all directions. And then crap. Okay, so then in each one of these dispensers, you just want to put in the bone meal, as I have already done. And then you want to place down an observer, and how you are going to want to place it. So, face it from above, so you can just hop up. That way its butt is on the top and its face is on the bottom. So, and then just put 4 redstone dust on top of blocks, on top of the dispensers. You're going to need 3 blocks that I forgot to mention. I know, right? You can just use dirt. So that's really all that it takes to make the thing. Now you might be asking, well, warlocks, how do you use the thing? Well, I'm about to show you. So if I switch over, if I switch over to survival mode, I got my wheat. Just place that down. The observer detects it, and that powers the. That powers. Dang it! That powers the dispensers, and that makes them fire out the bone meal, which grows the wheat. And the cool thing is, when you break it, that makes the dispensers fire, but it doesn't actually spin the bone meal, because dispensers are smart little things. Grows it instantly. So you can just sit here doing that all day long for as long as you like. And of course those seeds will just keep multiplying. Although you might notice that your dirt looks like it's starting to like break almost. Here, let me... Okay, so it looks like your dirt's like starting to break. Just punch it. It'll go back to normal. So, yeah, got some good wheat. Now it also works with potatoes and carrots of the like. Beetroot, just about anything that can grow in a one-block space can be grown with this. I'm not so sure. I don't think that it works with pumpkins. So my dirt there was getting a bit broken looking, so I just punched it. So it wouldn't work with melons, I don't think, but it works with just about everything else. So melons and pumpkins are the only thing that I can't do. Looks like it's starting to break, punch it, we're good. Alright, so that was the micro farm. Now let's move on to another very quite interesting farm. The AFK fish farm. So, pretty easy to build. All you need is one fence, a pressure plate, one bucket of water, a note block, a slab for your sanity. You don't need the slab, but if you don't want to go insane, use the slab. And then one trapdoor. And then for convenience, and this part's unnecessary, but if you're going to be AFK fishing for like a long time, you're going to want a hopper and a couple of chests. So, how the heck do you build this thing? So, first you're going to need to put down your fence, put your pressure plate on top of that, and then put and then you're going to want to break a block right here in front of it. Put down the water to waterlog the fence, and that water will go into the block because water looks for the lowest spot and goes towards it. And then you're going to want to place down your note block right next to the water. Put down your slab on top of it for the sanity. Put down the trap door. And then if you want the convenience, just put down the hopper. And then right below the hopper, you can just place down a chest right here, but I made my thing a little bit longer. And from not too long ago, AFK fishing, I actually got all of this. And 2 other fishing rods, not bad. I would, however, recommend that you get a mending fishing rod. If you're planning on going for a long time. So, be advised of that. So, switch over to survival here, and then just aim your. So, we're going to want to cast your rod at the trap door, at the lip right here. So just right click, and that's going to open up the trap door. Now you want to aim right here at the jukebox, about right here, and just hold down right click. So, alright, got some leather boots. So, let me explain how this works. So, you right click on the trapdoor, and that casts out your rod. Then your rod weighs down the pressure plate, and that makes the trapdoor open so that the game acts like you're tuning a note block. And then when you got it by it, the bobber briefly goes under the pressure plate, which turns off the pressure plate, which makes the trapdoor come back down, and then basically you then right-click on the trapdoor, and that makes you reel it back in. So from the short time that I've been talking, I already have quite a few fish, but of course that's because I have lure 3. So, but even without lure 3, you get a good amount of stuff. And you never run out of hunger either. So, that's pretty good, I'd say. And, well guys, that will actually be it for the 5 contraptions. So we had the quickie smelter, the super smelter, the mob grinder, the micro farm, and then the AFK fish farm. So if you guys would like to see any other tutorial video, I have that'll be up on the end screen in just a little bit. Be sure to like and subscribe. The like makes me know that you truly do enjoy my videos that I make. And also my upload schedule might be a bit weird as it's back to school time for me. So don't forget to hit the little bell icon that appears after you hit the subscribe button. You're going to want to click on that. And what that does is it will send you a notification whenever a new video, like the ones, well, a new video, whenever I upload a new video, it'll send you a notification. So, without further ado, I guess, I bid you adieu.